Well, welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today I am going to continue working on this gorgeous painting called Layers of Ocean Magic from Mermaid's Cove, and this is from Captured by Radiance, and I am almost halfway to the halfway point of this one. I am absolutely loving the colors. I need to work on this one more than what I've been working on it, and hopefully I will be able to do that soon. I have really been working on my other one, which is Dragon Seasons. I start working on that one and then I just don't want to stop, and I don't want to go to another one, and I need to work back and forth so I can get to this one. And then also I did spend a little bit of time on my cross stitch conversion, and I have a video up on that one if you're interested, where I did another whip and chat. I haven't done that in a really long time and I enjoyed it, and then I just continued to work on that one a little bit longer throughout the week. And I'll put that underneath the top of the eye in case you're interested in that video. It went for about an hour. I could have definitely gone longer on that one, just for the fact that I am behind on doing the comments. Apparently it has been since March since I did one of those videos, so I definitely want to get back into that, but they do take a really long time, and the audio was off a little bit whenever I did the voiceover on that one. And I'm not sure why. It sounded great when I was going through editing, but then when it uploaded, it's a little lower, so you may have to turn up your volume a little bit, but I'll definitely check and experiment and find out why that it changed whenever I did that video. But it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and then I decided that I would just go back and start working on that particular painting for a little bit. I really want to get it finished by the end of the year, and I have found a way that I can potentially do that. So I'm going to try to do 8 of these squares a day, and that is doable. It doesn't usually take that long if I am not recording, and then I can do that Monday through Friday, take a break on Saturday and Sunday, and starting doing that in July, and then I could get finished by the end of November. So that does sound like something that I could potentially do, and then if I miss a day, then that would give me a chance to work on that during the weekend. So, we'll see, but I really would like to get on track to have only 2 diamond paintings WIPs at a time. So before we get started into anything, how are you guys doing? I need to add a glue dot to this pen. Let me see. I have so much stuff on my desk. I'm going to try something different here. I am using a zesty tray, and that is from Add More Zest. I change up my trays. I probably should just stick with the same ones every time, and I don't. I'm trying a little bit of putty to see how well that putty works on a single placer, because I think I left my glue dots downstairs. I need to buy some glue dots that will work for downstairs and upstairs, so that way I don't have to remember to bring everything up here. But I'm also using this pen, and I cannot remember where I'd gotten this pen. I think, well, I will put the link below. I don't want to tell you wrong. I need to go through my pens, and I need to put them in order of where I had gotten them from, keep all of the pin turners together, and that way I will know. I don't have to just guess or have to go back and look every time. That is on my list that I really want to get done for my craft room. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I really need to. So the pins that are coming in now that I purchased, recently being this year, I am definitely keeping up with those. I am putting the names next to the pin, keeping them together, and then once I have a system in place, and I'll know exactly where those pins should go. But the pins that I have purchased before my channel, I am not sure on some of those. So those I may either just put those in a random section or not use those on my channel, but of course use those when I am not filming. I hate to not give credit, even though I paid for them. I like for all the small businesses to get credit of where I purchased, but I just don't remember. So how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. I am really open, honest on my channel. I want to know how everybody is doing, and that's not going to work. I was hoping, oh, that's a mess. Let's see. I think that will be okay. I really may have to, oh, there's my glue dots. Okay, I just found them. Nothing like being prepared. If I have to, I can pull this putty out and I can go ahead and, I use putty for my multi-placing, but I don't use putty for single. And unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, I don't know which one, this painting right now, as far as I've gotten, it is extremely, extremely confetti heavy. And if you're not familiar what that is where you have a lot of color changes in a small section, and it's almost impossible to multi-place. Sometimes I use my multi-placer as a single placer, and then sometimes I don't. I don't see more E's. I'm just going through, and I may be off at the very bottom of this for just a couple of seconds, but I want to get all of this symbol, which is an E. I want to get this done. This is an absolute stunner of a painting. It is the one that I've been working on for a while on my WIP and Chats. I'm going to continue to use the same painting on my WIP and Chats until it's done. And it may take me a while on this one because of all the different color changes, but I am not sad about it because it is absolutely gorgeous. And Capture by Radiance was going to take these all for a while. There's more than one of this type of painting. It's very similar. It's the same artist, but it's a different rendering. And the owner was going to remove those from her website. And I guess that they were so popular, people were asking about it because it was on a last item. And then I've heard that she's decided she's going to keep it because it is so popular. And it is really, really pretty. It reminds me of summer because it is a mermaid. I haven't gotten to the mermaid yet. This is just basically the ocean where I'm working on now. And I can do a little bit of color of multi-placing here. That makes me happy. But I think that for this one, I may even have this framed because I am loving this canvas. And then once I'm finished, then I will do a post review. I will show you the entire canvas. I am posting progress on Instagram, or I need to. I've kind of just gotten away from Instagram, not by choice. It's just I've been so busy and I just haven't been able to really get on there and do a whole lot. But I need to start getting better at that. I did miss a video last week. I did not post a video that I had planned on. I'm trying to have a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday videos and just didn't make it. I've got to do better. I think if I get myself on a schedule, then I might be okay. But I just have not done that in a while. So I need to get better at that. But it has just been crazy. I mean, even though the summer term at work is more laid back and I only have online classes, I still have to do other things for work, and I still have to, work 40 hours. And now we're into some training that we're having to do. So all of that, in addition to getting my fall classes set up, I have a full load in fall, and I might even have even more because we are short one part-time employee. And very surprising, they can't find anybody. And so if that happens, then we're all going to have to double up and do even more until they can find somebody for the next semester. And we are changing systems at work, so I've got to start taking a training class on that. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think I'll be able to get through it fairly quickly, but then I have to set up a template, which is called a master course, and then we can copy from that and put that into what they call course shells to start our classes for our part-time employees, which basically they're contracted employees. If they don't get, they're not technically employees of the school, because if they don't get a class, they're not going to get paid. Classes are not, it's not automatic. You may get a class, you may not. And for those employees, I have to have a master for them to where they don't have to create their own class. We don't want them to. We want them to follow a set schedule. So that will be my schedule. So it's just been absolutely crazy. My part-time job has also gotten super busy. I've gotten a promotion. I've been there for, 9 years, I think. And I've gotten a promotion, and so that's keeping me really busy. I have finished my 3-term training, or it's not really training, I guess, but you are being monitored by another person, a trainer, and just to make sure you know what you're doing. And so that is finally done. I've been released from her. And so now I don't have to have calls, and it just makes it a little bit easier because I don't have to send her everything that I'm doing. And it just makes me feel a little more comfortable, because I feel like, somebody overseeing you, they're looking at everything you're doing. I'm glad that, she was so nice and supportive, but it just, I feel really weird when somebody's looking over my shoulder. So now I am more comfortable with that, and I am pretty much on my own, which also is a little scary because there's a lot to what I'm going to be doing now for them. So I am definitely staying busy, and I like that. And then I've been diamond painting a lot. I didn't over the weekend, but I've been trying to diamond paint every day, even if it's just 30 minutes or at night. When my husband and I sit outside at night, I have been working on Paint Gym Minis. I did that last night, and I'm working on the Museum Edition, which is a little bit darker. I'm not using a light pad outside because I don't have any way to plug in, really. And I guess I could use an extension cord, but we were sitting outside. All of a sudden, it started pouring down. And so we have a screened-in porch that my husband kind of did a makeshift thing on because we cannot get our deck screened in where we live because of the cost. It's absolutely insane. But that's another story. Anyway, sitting outside, started pouring down rain. There I was with my diamond painting, and I was kind of worried, but we were safe. The rain didn't get in. It wasn't thundering or anything, or we would have come in because we were sitting under metal. But it was dark to where I had a hard time seeing. And so I don't know if that is going to work with the Museum Edition anyway, because it is darker. But I have gotten 4 of the little minis done, and those are looking good. I am doing that for, I forgot what symbol, heart. I am doing that one for Summer with the Masters, and this is my 4th year of Summer with the Masters, and so I really didn't want to not do it, and I said I wasn't going to do any events unless I was working on something and it just happened to work out that way, or if I was in between paintings and wasn't sure what I was going to do for the next one, maybe I want to do something that is related to an event. So I didn't want to start on a large one. Most of the Summer with the Masters are large, or at least the ones that I have are. I surely don't want to start on another large painting because I have the other one going, plus this one is rather big, and just decided that's not going to work, but what am I going to do? And then I thought, I could do the Museum Edition because that was in my stash, had it for a little while, and so that's been a lot of fun, and especially taking it outside, it's making it easier to be able to diamond paint. But now I'm thinking about, well, as long as it's sunny, it's okay. But the one I was working on last night, which had a lot of dark colors, that one was rough. I didn't get to finish that one, so I finished it this morning. I am looking for oh, there it is. No, that's an A. I'm looking for a 3. Okay, I know I'm not blind. There it is. It's right in front of me. I don't know why I poured this many drills. You guys do that. You only need, maybe 10, 15 drills, and you pour half of a tray, which is what I just did, but that's okay. I had to stop for just a minute, and I did put a glue dot in here. I just like glue dots better in my single placer than I do having the putty. It just seems to work out better for me to have a glue dot. What are you guys working on? Are you doing any events? There are so many events going on, and every day it seems like I see another event that is starting up. I noticed that Lindsay with Emeralds and Fairy Lights has decided to do her Princess Along, and it starts on June the 15th. I believe it goes until the end of July. And I saw that one, and let me tell you, I thought long and hard about changing my plans and going ahead and pulling out a princess panel and working on it. But then I thought, no, I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm not going to do it. But it was hard because I have so many princesses in my stash. And I thought, I know exactly the one I want to work on. And it's one I've been wanting to do for a while. But then again, I'm not going to do it because I I don't want to start another one. I have gotten my WIPs, work in progress, down to 5. And I know from some of you, you're thinking, 5? That's a lot. And yeah, even 5 is a lot. I had 12 work in progress going into this year. So I think I'm doing pretty good. Some of the ones that I had in my WIPs, I had them in there for a long time. I mean, honestly, a couple of years. I thought, I don't really like these. I'm not enjoying them. Don't think that I want to do some of these. So some of them I gave away. I thought, if you want them, you're going to have to take my drills and out of my containers and put them into yours, because I am not giving you my containers. And that worked out. There's a friend of mine that is a high school teacher, a high school art teacher, and there's a lot of students in her class that just can't afford extras. So I thought, what better way to give some of these away to these students? And I'm really fond of this teacher. She's a good friend of mine, but before she was a really good friend of mine, she was Paige's art teacher for about 4 years, and she's so good with the kids. She's so good with Paige. She helped Paige with her drawing. Paige has always loved to draw, but she didn't think she was very good, and she was really good. She is, I should say. And so her art teacher really helped her. She even took a couple of classes the art teacher did in order to, help special needs, how, she can adapt some of her classes. And so I thought, she did that herself. She did not do that through the school. She paid for it herself because she wanted to better herself for her students. And so I thought, what better way to give these to her and let her do what she wants to with them. And so she did go and change out all of my storage, and she is using them in her class. She's also using them with some of her special needs students, and I like that because it is really good, or it was for Paige and still is for diamond painting, because of the motion. They have to hold the pen, and it's really good for occupational therapy. So I thought, I am going to donate, and when I donate, then I don't make them pay for my diamond paintings that I donate, but I get payments because I get to see how the kids are enjoying it. I also have donated to our school that I work for, and given some away there. I've donated to an art lab, and it just makes me happy. But when I do donate to my friend, she is giving Paige free art lessons, and she would have anyway, but I feel better about it because, she's really busy, and I don't want her just to take her time when, she also works part-time teaching, students one-on-one. And so I thought, no, you're not going to do this for free. So that's, we kind of do that. So I thought, that's really good. Gets me down on my WIPs, and I feel better about it. Because the ones that I have left, I have this one, and then I have my cross stitch. Oh, I just missed my container entirely. That's nice. And this has a rather large opening, and I just spilled about 7 drills onto my table, which at least it went on covered part of my canvas. All right, there's that. The second one that I have, let me change colors again. The second one that I have is my cross stitch conversion, and hopefully that will be done by the end of November. I really would like that one to be done by then. And then the third one I have is White Christmas. I am going to start on that one in September. I might start on it in July if I get this one finished. It is already, I think I'm about 3 rows in. It's a large one, but it's so pretty. I didn't think that I would like it when I first saw it from Dreamer Designs. And then I saw Rebecca with Add More Zest. She was working on hers, and then she actually had gotten hers finished, and it was stunning. So I waited forever, it felt like, until it came back. And as soon as I got a notification that it was back in stock, I jumped on that one, got it last year, but I didn't get to work on it until December, and I had other ones to do, and so I had to put that one up because I was doing a video a day for Christmas. And so I got, behind on that one. So that's the third one. And then the fourth one is my big one, which that one is the Dragon Seasons. And that one's going to be finished by the end of the year, so that's definitely good. And then the fifth one is one from Art and Soul. And I just did one row, or just one square on that one whenever I'd gotten it, because it was a new to me company. I wanted to check out the canvas and also wanted to check out the drills. And so I knew that I wasn't going to work on it, but I was given that one, and I thought, I want to go ahead and work on that one just a little bit so I can tell you guys how I felt about just the one square. And I definitely want to get to that one. It's an owl. So once I get one of the ones finished that's in my WIPs, then I'm going to go to that one. And it's a large one too. And that one has, the square that I did, it has a lot of confetti, which, of course, slows me down, but I am fine with that. I enjoy confetti. It would be nice, though, on my WIP and chats if I would choose a canvas that has a lot of color blocking, so I'm not constantly changing out the colors. But it is what it is. It's fine. I finished 2 diamond paintings that you guys haven't seen yet, and I am doing a completion on both of those. On the one, I couldn't decide if I was going to do a completion post on it, but I think I'm going to. And then you'll be able to see both of them, of course, when I do my month in review. Now what color do I want? Let's go with over here. I'm trying to stay over to the far right for me. That one is, to me, I call this one a razor blade. I don't know what you guys would call that symbol, but to me that is a razor blade. And I need to find out where my symbols are. I don't like how I kitted this one up. I will be honest. I kitted this up a while back, and I did it by DMC. It's not working for me. I don't usually kit up that way. I can't change it because it's in the smaller containers that I usually do for my Elizabeth Ward. I usually do these instead of the Elizabeth Ward when I'm doing a massive color diamond painting, but decided to use these for this one, and I'm not a fan of how I did this. And I don't work on this every day, so I have a hard time remembering where all of my symbols are. And there's not that many. It shouldn't be that hard, which I think that's why I decided to do it that way, because there's only 58 colors in here. So when I first did it, I thought, you know, it won't be that bad because it's 58 colors. It'll be easy to remember where all the drills are, but I'm going back and forth. And so because of that, I don't always remember where the drills are. So it just takes me a minute kind of hunting and pecking for my drills. Let's see, not much has happened this week, to be honest. We have gotten a lot of rain, and it rains for a short time, just enough to be aggravating, and mostly on the weekends, which is very annoying. Let's see, what do I want to go with next? Let's go with a dollar sign will be good. Let's see. And once again, I'm having to find it. There's that one. And it's in 2 different containers too, and that does not help. Actually, let's go with a music note, because those have more of those. We just had basically just the same week, just a busy week. Nothing really happened. My husband did go last Monday to North Carolina to pick up some things for an old car that he purchased. The car that he purchased was a I think it's either late 1970 or early 1980. And he just loves older cars. He likes tinkering around with them. So he found some parts that he needed for his car. He drove to North Carolina last week to go and get them. And he got seats. He got a door because one of the doors was really messed up on the car that he bought. And it's a different color. So when he puts that one on, he is going to have his car painted. That's something that he can't do himself. He's having new upholstery put in, and he got a new steering wheel and a couple of other things. So he came back with quite a bit. So he was excited about that. I don't understand why he likes doing it. To me, it's just like, why do you want an old car? I don't like old things. I like newer things. Granted, my car is a 2012, but it still looks good. It runs good for the most part. Had problems again this week. Hadn't had any problems with my car until recently, but I just never have understood the love of older cars, and he just loves them. So he does have a newer car. This car is a 2023 or 2022 is what the car he drives is. And so it's not like that he's using this car for his main mode of transportation, but he's been working on that. When he works on his car on the weekends, then I am diamond painting, and Paige has been diamond painting a little bit with me. She'll got diamond paint for weeks on end and wants to diamond paint all the time, and then she won't diamond paint for 6 months. So she's still working on the same 2 that she's been working on forever. That, you know, it's her diamond paintings. When she wants to work on it, she will. And she stays busy. So we were basically doing that over the weekend, but I think now there's something else that he wants for his car that he's looking for. And at least he keeps it on his side of the garage, so it's not like it's out in the open. But our driveway, we have a double driveway. To me, it looks like a parking lot. We have 4 cars, and there are only 2 of us that drives. He does have a truck, and his truck is really, really old too. Again, I don't get it. His truck is over 25 years old, I think, and he absolutely loves that truck. Madison swears up and down that he named his truck, and whenever she met him and he was driving his truck at one point for some reason, that she swears that he told her that the name of his truck was Esther, and that Esther was the love of his life. And I told him that not very long ago, and he said I would never ever name my truck Esther. He was almost offended. And I said, well, that's what Madison swears up and down that you told her. And he said, I did not tell her that. I don't know where she got that from, but no, my truck is not Esther. So I said, what's the name of your truck? And he said, I don't have the name. I don't have a name for my truck. Why would I name one of my vehicles? Like, I don't know, but that's what both the kids say. So now I have named his truck Esther for him. And he's like, her name is not Esther. But I bet you he has a name he doesn't want to tell me. He just loves his cars. And then he has his car. Then I have my car. Then he has his old car. So we have 4 cars. And Paige will never be able to drive. I don't think. I shouldn't say never with her because I didn't think she would ever be able to work either. And here she is working. She was supposed to work on Friday. I've never had problems out of my car. And I've been having problems off and on with it not wanting to start. And I told my husband this, and he said, nothing's wrong with it. I've checked your battery. It sounds like the battery. But, when I go to check the battery's fine, no problems. And it acts like it doesn't want to start, but it does every morning. And then once I get it started, once it starts, it will start no problem the rest of the day. And so when I tell him this, he goes outside late in the afternoon after I have already driven my car, and it starts fine. And so he says, I don't know why you think something's wrong with your car. It works perfectly, but he's not here when I leave in the mornings. He's already gone. So Friday, I go to try to start my car. It won't even crank over. And so I call him. I'm like, Paige needs to go to work and my car won't start. And so he said, well, I'll check it whenever, I get home. And then he said, it sounds like the battery. I could have gone across the phone and I could have just strangled him. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. I was just so mad. I'm like, I could have hit you with a wet noodle. And so he started laughing. He's like, I don't know why your car's acting this way, but I will check it. You won't have problems again. And so I was out there, and Paige was like, don't worry, I don't have to go to work. And so then my neighbor heard us, and she's like, I'm off today. I will be glad to take Paige to work. And I felt kind of bad, but I'm like, I really appreciate it. And then my husband took my battery on Saturday to have it checked. It's like, I'm just going to have them check it and see. Took it up to a parts store, and they said, come back in about 3 hours and check on it, and we'll let you know, because they were really busy at the time. So he goes back 3 hours later, and they said, the battery is perfectly fine, and, nothing's wrong with this battery. So then when my husband brought it home, he was looking at it again, and he said, you bought this battery. He looked at the date on the battery. They have the date of when it was installed, and it was in 2019. And he said, there's no way that this battery is fully charged because of how old it is. He said, I'm surprised it lasted this long. So anyway, on Sunday, he went to another parts store and he bought me a battery. So now I am $900 out on my tires, which I needed new tires. That was a problem. I had a flat, and they said, well, you ran over something. we can plug it, but you really need new tires. And I'm like, okay, fine, I know I do. So went ahead and got 4 new tires for my car. That was $900. And then got a battery, and that was $200. So like, here I am about to go out of town on the retreat. I've already spent quite a bit of money on that, just for the fact of, airfare. We are having to rent a car, and I could not believe how much car rentals were. I had checked last year, and it's about the same as this year, but I thought surely it's gone down some because I am going to be renting a car in South Dakota when I go in August, and it's a lot cheaper. But no, not when we're going. It's not going to be. But there's 3 of us. We're going to split the cost of the car. So anyway, just to say that I've already spent enough money, and I've bought a couple of things from vendors already that's going to the retreat because it's free shipping. And I like free shipping, so I hope I can get it home. I did this last year where, remember guys, I said that I was not going to buy any diamond paintings at the retreat because I had a hard time getting everything home last year. Well, I have ordered a diamond painting that just came out with Bella Art. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I love, 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 love their squares. So I did order one, and Nicole and Jamie are bringing it to the retreat. It's a smaller one, but gotta fit in my suitcase. So, here we go with all of that again. So anyway, I did buy that one. And I am taking a smaller diamond painting with me to the retreat. That's going to be a new start, which I couldn't decide on that one because I don't want to do a new start, but it's a small one. It is very heavy on color blocking, or it looks that way anyway when I glanced at it. So I might be able to finish that one fairly quickly. And the retreat, I am leaving next Wednesday. So you are going to see this. It will originally come out on Tuesday if you watch the video when it comes out. And then I will be leaving that next Wednesday. So I have one weekend at home to get things done around here and work and all. And then I will be at the Great Lakes retreat. I don't think I'm going to do any videos there. It's going to be loud. I don't take my filming arm or anything like that. I am going to do a blog for my members. So if you would like to see some of that, I'm going to try to record when I get to the Atlanta airport and all of that fun stuff. And then I will post that. I will do it. I'm going to be putting some daily things out there, but they're not going to get every day because there won't be that much. But then I will compile it and I will post it for them. So if you're interested in that, then please join my members. And you can just click on join, and that will take you to the membership page if you're interested in that. And then whenever I come back, we're going to have a Zoom call where we can work on paintings together and talk. And I always enjoy those. We have those monthly. Oh, I can actually use my multi-placer. So that's kind of what's happening, just getting ready for the retreat, dealing with car issues. Luckily, I'm able to drive his car too. So I drove his car on Sunday, went and got my hair done on Sunday. It's been like 8 weeks. I like to go every 5 weeks, but I thought, I know I'm going out of town. I want to wait, have it looking halfway decent when I go to the retreat, and ended up doing that on Sunday. And the salon that I go to, it's really funny because most salons, really most of anybody, that cuts hair, they're not open on Sundays. A lot of places are actually closed on Sunday and Monday. That's their weekend. Where I go, they are closed on Friday and Saturday. Friday is by appointment only. Some of the hairdressers will come in on Fridays and do hair. Most of them will not, because that's their weekend. So they're off on Friday and Saturday. And it's just really weird that they're closed on Saturday but open on Sunday. And they say that it's because on Saturdays a lot of people are, running around. They're doing things with their kids, such as ball or, whatever. And they prefer Sundays. And I'm not really crazy about getting my hair done on Sundays. They are open on Mondays. But the person that I've been seeing, and I really do like her, right now she has changed her schedule. And so she is not there on Sundays or on Mondays. So I went ahead and went yesterday, and then I went to the store for a few things. And that was half my day right there. And then I had a lot of grading to do, so I was going to do some videos, trying to get ahead of videos for this week and for next week, so you'll have something to listen to while I'm gone, because I know next week I leave out on Wednesday. There's no way I'm going to have time to do a lot on Monday and Tuesday, except for work, getting all of that done, doing things around the house for my family. I missed 2 of the razor blades. So I'm trying to do more of that this week. Thank goodness next week is not a heavy grading week for me. So that's definitely a plus. Actually, it kind of is, but it's not as bad as this week. But this week after today, I have a very light grading week, so I'll have more time to get some things done. And to make sure that Dave and Paige are set before I leave. Paige is staying here to keep the dogs. She could go and stay with her dad, but she likes staying at home. And Dave doesn't mind with her here because this is her house too. And she's very quiet. He'll be working. He's working some from home, and then he's working some from the house. And then she likes it because when I'm gone, they usually go out to eat. And I have everything here. They can get out of the freezer, but they don't want to. So he takes them out to eat. He takes her to 2 of her favorite restaurants. So of course she's excited about that. But I told her, if you want to, you can stay with your dad. So you hadn't seen him in a while. No, I'll stay home. So she will be here. And then yesterday in the U.S., we had Father's Day. Well, I tried to stay busy yesterday. It's one of the reasons, too, why I decided to get my hair done yesterday instead of doing it on a weekday. But this was the first Father's Day without my dad. And it was just out of habit. One of the first things that I always did on Father's Day was I would text my dad, wish him a happy Father's Day, and then I would call him later. We would talk for a really long time. And that was just, my day. Well, yesterday, I kept thinking, I would love to call Dad. I want to call Dad. And of course, I can't because he had his first Father's Day, his first Heavenly Father's Day. And so I know it was rough for my sister too. I was going to call her yesterday and I just couldn't. I'm like, I would like to call and talk to her, but I think that it would be better. I will call her in the next couple of days because I was afraid that it would make me even more sad. Not sad because I'm talking to my sister, but just sad the fact that I'm calling her, I can't talk to him, kind of thing. So I thought it's better if I just don't. So I didn't. And I told her, I sent her a message. I'm like, I would really like to talk to you, but I think it's better if we talk on another day. And she agreed. So it's worked out. Gosh, I'm constantly changing colors in this section. Hope you guys don't mind that. I know some of you do look up, some of you watch, and most of you, though, don't pay attention to what I'm doing because you're diamond painting with me. This is getting a little crazy. Okay, let's go back to lowercase a's. I must have missed some of those. Of course I did. But that was kind of bittersweet. I did, of course, tell my husband Happy Father's Day because he is like a father to my kids. He does not have biological children, but he loves both of mine as if they were his, especially, he loves both of them. He is very close to Paige because, he's been around her more now because, Madison moved out when she was 18 because of school, and once she finished, high school, she was going to college, moved out for that, and he has really helped me so much with Paige. He's always been for like the underdog, and he calls her that because the fact that, a lot when she was growing up, kids would make fun of her, they didn't want to play with her, kind of thing. And so he was really rooting for her. He helped me with her. And so he is definitely a father figure. And then also we have fur babies, and so Molly and Zoe are like his children, especially the cat. Molly and Salem are his babies. And so I did wish him a happy Father's Day, and Paige did too, and he was really excited about that. Madison did not call. I don't know if she even called her dad, but Paige did. Paige actually texted him, told him happy Father's Day, and then she tried calling him. He didn't answer. So I don't know what was going on there. And I did wish my ex-husband a happy Father's Day because he is the father of my children. Got him a Father's Day card from our animals, which I thought was really funny. I saw one when I was out shopping. I was in this little gift shop. I go in every now and then when I get my hair cut, and I just like to see what they have. And they had some cute little cards that were from fur babies. So I got him one of those. He thought that was really funny. And we have an anniversary coming up next week. It will be our 14th, which is really hard to believe. It's gone by so fast. I don't think we're going to be doing anything. I am leaving the very next day, which I feel kind of bad about. But I asked him before, I'm like, is it okay? Are you okay with that? And he said, well, yeah, of course. And it's not like that, you scheduled this retreat. You went last year. Totally get it. And he said, we can celebrate our anniversary on the day of our anniversary, and then we can celebrate it the weekend before you leave. Because usually if we're going to go out to eat or anything, we do it on a weekend. But he said we could even go out on that Tuesday. It's no big deal. So that's what I think we are going to do. It is going to be our 13 years married, 14 years together. Now I'm looking for, what am I looking for? Let's go for an N. And Paige has been telling me that my anniversary is coming up for like the last 3 or 4 months, which I think is really funny. There's a lot of things that she cannot remember, but she remembers dates more than anybody that I know. I don't know how she does it, but she can remember dates of everybody's birthday. She remembers anniversary dates, any kind of special dates she will remember. When her and her friends met, she remembers those dates. I mean, it's just crazy. But then you ask her other things that she did the day before, especially if she is, learning something new, and she may not remember it, but she will remember dates forever. And even people that, we're just friends, not like best of friends, but, just like acquaintance, good friends, she'll remember their birthdays. I just find it's really cool. I mean, it's just how she processes things. Let me see. Do I have another N? I am trying to see on this particular canvas if when I get up to the next row is when I will start working on the mermaid. And if that one is really confetti heavy as well. And it looks like it looks like it has some color blocking, so that will be definitely nice. Kim with Kimba's Crafts, she did one similar to this one. Hers was not layers of Ocean Magic, but it was the other one, and she said it was really confetti heavy. So I guess that they're both like that, but for all these colors, the way that they blend, it just about has to be. And I am definitely not sad about it, as I mentioned before. And sometimes on something like this, I would have used my tower system for this, but I didn't because I had something else kitted up in it. It is now kitted down, so I can probably use that one if I do another one like this one. I'm not going to change this out since I've already started using this one, but my next confetti heavy kit, I'm going to use my tower system, and that makes it go faster because you just pull it out, you already have it in containers, and it does make it go faster, for me anyway. All right, let's see, I'm trying to see what you guys can still see. You can see all of this over here. So let's go with, I call my Greek letter, I don't know what this is. It looks like a double T. Let's see here. Everyone here is doing well. Everybody's healthy. Thank goodness. I was worried about Paige. Last week she started doing some stuff in her office, cleaning it up and things, which she calls it her office. It used to be where she would, when she was taking online classes, that she used that room, and so that was her office. And so now she's not taking online classes. She's done with all of that, and she still calls it her office. It does have her desk in it, but she has all of her books, and she has so many books. But she was cleaning out the closet in there, and she started sneezing really bad, and she was having problems with her fan. And so my husband took her fan down, was doing some things with it in her room, and her fan was super dusty. And so she started coughing and getting really nasally. And when when her allergies flare up, it's really bad. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to get well, even with her allergy medicine. So I told her, I said, you go take all your allergy medicine, you take your nasal spray, everything. So that way you're not going to get sick. I don't want to leave her if she's sick. Even though, there's nothing I can do. She pretty much takes care of herself, but I have to remind her to take her medication. And I don't want to leave her if she's sick, especially for a day to have to worry about. And I don't want her sick anyway, so I told her, start taking your medicine. And so she did, and she's fine. It was just that all the dust in there was getting to her because I did not realize how dusty that her fan was. And it didn't bother her because she wasn't using her fan. But it's like once she started using her fan again, and then when he took the blades down, then it really hit her. So that's now done. All the fans are now working. I got up there and I cleaned the blades really good before he put them back. And then I turned her humidifier on in her room, and that seemed to do the trick. And then she cleaned out her closet and her bedroom. She has a lot of clothes that she needs to give to Goodwill that she has not worn in forever. So we had this huge pile. My husband was looking at this pile and he's like, y'all buy way too much clothes because you should not have this many clothes to give away at one time. And so I told him, I said, this is something that she's been holding off for a very long time. And also the fact that I have lost or had lost a lot of weight, and I had kept some of these clothes, and I am not ever going back to my weight that I was. I don't see it. And so I don't see any point in keeping these clothes. I was still wearing them, but they were really big. They were sloppy, even though they were t-shirts and things. I'm like, I'm not doing this. And so then he said, well, you should keep them in case you gain all this weight back. And I thought, you know what? You are not very sure about me. You think I'm going to gain this weight back, and I assure you I am not. And I'm also on medication that I don't eat a lot because of this medication. It makes me not hungry, and I just am not going to ever wear those clothes again. And it does look like a lot. It is a lot, but somebody will be able to benefit from them. And it's not like we have a lot of clothes. It's just, it was basically build up because Paige didn't want to go through her closet. She didn't want to go through her clothes. And I told her, I'm not going to do it. It's your clothes. I don't want to throw something away or give it away. And it's something that you want to keep. You're old enough that you need to do your own thing. I'm trying to teach her, even though on some things I know that she has a hard time with. I'm like, you need to do this because I'm not going to always be here. And you're going to have to learn to do some of these things or know who to ask what you need if I'm not around or I can't do it. So she did that, and when she finally went through her clothes, her closet looked so much better. She had clothes on the floor of her closet, and it was just awful. So she got into a cleaning mood. So it's something else I need to do. But I do a lot of destashing in the summer between everything else in the house plus my craft room. And we do want to move. I know I say that almost in every video, but we really want to downsize. And when we do, I don't want to have a lot of stuff. I don't like clutter. I cannot stand clutter. But then you go to my craft room and you're like, yeah, right. You don't like clutter? Look at this craft room. It's pretty cluttered right now. And it is because I've been going through some things. I do have some piles of, do I keep this? Question mark. Do I want this? I'm definitely going to be giving this away. this stuff needs to be purged because, you know, and you have an ink pad that is, it's not any good. It's dried out. You don't have a refill for it. You can't buy refills for this kind anymore, kinds of thing. And so I got rid of a lot of those. And it is looking better, but that's also keeping me busy. And then I went through all of my diamond paintings, and they all have pictures on the end of the boxes, so I can see what I have. I even did that with the ones that weren't open from Diamond Art Club. But I need to know what I have, be able to easily find it. And then my husband counted all of my diamond paintings, which he doesn't care what I buy. That's my business, my money, my business. But then he had to make the comment of, you know how many diamond paintings that you have? And I'm like, no, I don't. And I don't want to know. And so he's like, well, why don't you want to know? Because then that will make me very anxious to know how many diamond paintings that I have. When I look at them, it's like, they don't look like too much. But then when you count them, that's when it's real. Or for me anyway. And so he's like, well, let me tell you. And I'm like, no, I don't want to know. Do not tell me. I do not want to know. So then he went ahead and he told me anyway. So then that made me a little on the anxious side. I thought, gosh, I didn't know I had that many. But it is what it is. And then I purchased one from Bella Art. But I really like supporting them. I love the rendering. And it's a smaller one, so I'll be able to do that one quicker. I'm not on a no-buy. I don't want to be on a no-buy, but I'm on a, what I'm calling a low-buy. I'm not looking to see what Diamond Art Club has coming out. I mean, or even Dreamer Designs. They have some really nice ones too. But I don't want to look at those. If I look at them, then I'll want them. I did look at Bella Art. I knew that they were coming to the retreat. And, you know, I also have done some sneak peeks for them. I want to support them whenever I can, if I can. And I saw a painting that I absolutely loved. I thought this will be perfect for the fall. And I don't have that many seasonal paintings. I wanted to do a summer painting. I'm like, you know, I don't really have that many seasonal paintings. I don't have that much on when it comes to summer. But then I saw this one. I thought, you know, mermaids, the color of this, it could even be like a fall vibe that I see when I'm looking at the bottom, which is way down there that you guys can't see. And you've seen it in other videos. But I do think that this could be a summer vibe, but it could be a fall vibe because of all the colors. But I've been working on this one for a while, and I'm looking at my stash thinking, what can I do up through August or so that summer? Because in Atlanta, it is super hot right now. We went from really, really cold to cold, and we kind of bypassed spring altogether, and now it is super hot. Didn't give us time to like adjust. You know, we're going to go into the summer. Mother Nature did not give us any time to adjust this year. It just went from cold to miserably hot. It was in the 90s yesterday, which was Sunday. I'm filming this on Monday. All right, I need a 2. I think this is one that I've missed as well. What do I have coming up for this week? I have a video that is uploading. Actually, it will be out today. It is an unboxing from a discount store. And then I have on Thursday, I am going to have another unboxing, and that one is going to be one that I'm really looking forward to working on. And then on Saturday, I have a finish that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm really excited about that one. I will be working on another cross stitch conversion in a couple of weeks, trying to get caught up on comments and things. That one, normally there's a lot of people that like to watch that one, but it hasn't gotten that many views yet. And that one's a lot of work, so I need to see how interested that everyone is in that cross stitch conversion. And it came out on Saturday, so maybe everyone's busy with the summer and activities and things. So I want to wait and see. If it's not one that's well received, meaning that no one really cares about it, then I may not do it. It was getting quite a bit of attention when I was doing them, but I can't do those every week because it is a lot of work. Also, I don't have enough comments to go for an hour when I am working on that particular project. So let me know if you did see it and you like that kind of a video, then I will add that one in the next couple of weeks. Thought that would just give everybody an extra video in case you're working on diamond painting, you want something to listen to. That was not down there. Because of so many events that are coming out, and another event that is coming that will be in August, and there will be weekly giveaways, is over on Patsy Putty's Facebook page. I am a moderator for her now over on her site, and she wanted to do her first event and asked me if I would help to moderate it, help get that one going. And so I told her that I would gladly do that for her. And that's going to be a 30 by 40. Do not have to have a completion. It needs to be a new start. You just need to show that you're making some progress on that one. It's going to be in August, and you can either do a 30 by 40. Again, no, you don't have to have a completion, just progress, or 4 of the Paint Gem minis will equal the 30 by 40 is what we're saying. Very laid back. If you want to do a larger canvas, you can, but it's just end of summer diamond painting. I hope you cannot hear Molly. She is outside barking at a neighbor's dog, which is 2 doors down. Their dog is also a collie. They almost look identical, except their collie is more filled out than Molly. And when their collie is groomed, she is absolutely gorgeous. But my neighbor is a, what does she call it? A master collie. She's a master collie trainer. That's not the official name, but that's what she is. And she is a certified master collie trainer. And she also grooms because she used to show collies. And so now she's gotten older. She doesn't do that, but she also will keep collies. She only keeps collies. And, you know, for people who are going out of town or whatever, she knows the people, she knows their collies. Their collies that she will dog sit has to get along with her collie. They have to have certain behaviors. and sometimes she has 5, 6 collies over there. And so when all the collies get together, including my dog, it just goes, they go crazy. And it's like they know what they're saying. It's just the weirdest thing. And they have different barks when they're all together. Molly has a different bark when she is barking and talking to the collies. And they actually have this weird howl that sounds just like a wolf. So I'm sure that our neighbors don't appreciate it too much. And then Molly has gone over there, not when she has a bunch of them. I don't want her around a bunch of other dogs, even though I know that our neighbor checks them out, makes sure everything's okay. So she has gone over there with my neighbor's dog and has played. And it took them a while to really get used to each other, which is very unusual for Molly. But I guess because they're the same breed, is what she was saying, that they have to check each other out, make sure that everything is all good. So then once they started getting friendly, they liked each other and were playing, then she went over there and had a play date. So that was fun. She enjoyed it. She came back so tired. My neighbor's dog just was exhausted. And then she had other collies that came over that she was babysitting, dog sitting all week. And her poor dog is just pooped. She is just wiped out. But it's good for Molly. And then also, we've talked about having our neighbor train her. And she's taught me some things that I have done. But there are some things that I really think Molly needs to work on. And my neighbor's so funny. She's like, it's not the dogs that need to be trained. The dogs know what they need to do. She said it's the humans that are the ones that really need to be trained. I mean, she flat out came and told us that when we first moved in. I'm like, oh, well, she's not going to like us then. But she's right. It makes perfect sense that it's not the dogs that have to be trained. The humans need to be trained in order for the dogs to understand them. So that makes perfect sense. Wouldn't have thought of it that way unless, my neighbor had said that. Okay, I do not have any idea how long that I have been talking, but I pretty much have gone through everything that's on my notes that I wanted to tell you guys. And I also want to tell you once again that I appreciate you so much. I just love my channel. My channel is small and I am happy with that because having a small channel, I'm able to get to know you guys more just by your comments, even just leaving an emoji, a heart, or flowers, or whatever you guys decide to do. I am just so happy and so appreciative of all of you, and it makes me want to be better and to do better, and so I hope that I am. If you have not subscribed, I would love to have you here. You can just click on that subscribe button. Also click on the notification bell. And I've been told that YouTube has changed once again, and that sometimes it will notify you and sometimes it won't. You have to, when you do the notify, click on notify all now, or you're not notified of all of the videos, which I find very strange. But also if you would click on that like button, that definitely helps. And if you don't want to comment, I would love to know that you are here. If you would like to just click on something, on an emoji, put an emoji out there, anything that you would like to put out there, or you don't even have to do that, but it's always fun to see who all is out there. Thanks again, and until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.